Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Fire Emblem Heroes stuff today, right now, actually. Although admittedly, I don't have game audio anymore. Both of the iPads I use for the main account and the Copium account, neither have sound anymore. Which is weird. Super weird. I haven't tested my Android, I haven't updated it yet. I will probably do that in once I'm done with this, but I guess game audio isn't necessarily essential to look at the new refines that we got, and also I really want to see what happened to Altina, so priorities is what I say. But let me know if you have game audio issues post-update. I'm curious to find out if it's a me problem, or like an everyone problem, or maybe just an Apple/iPad problem. I really hope it's not just me, that would suck. Anyway, let's see. We got Death Knight here. Scythe of Serial. We have Slaying. If bonus is active on foe or foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at the start of combat, grants an Omni buff of 4 to unit during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up. Pretty good. Then we learn what the bonus is, evidently. And then the effect says, at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants Omni buff of 4 during combat, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up. Well, that's pretty nice, I guess. I guess that's pretty nice. A lot of stats. So I guess between the two, just the weapon and then the effect, right? We're getting an Omni buff of 8. HP conditions, all, you know, with withholding. Getting a guaranteed follow-up and negating foes' follow-ups. That's kind of nice. That's pretty nice. And we get Slaying for stuff. Okay, you know what? For a Grail unit, that's not bad. It's not anything uber spectacular, but that's pretty good for a freebie. Oh, good lord. Okay, Claude. I knew this was going to happen. Alright, Cunning Bow. Let's start with the first section here. It's effective against flyers, grants speed +3. If bonus is active on unit or if penalty is active on foe, inflicts Omni debuff of 5. That's fun to say. On foe during combat. If unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack during combat by percentage equal to the total bonuses on unit and penalties on foe times 3. Max of 60%. So that would be 20? You would need a total of 20 total bonuses. And penalty, or self bonuses, foe penalties. Combination of 20 total. And also, if unit, or if total bonuses on unit and penalties on foe are greater than or equal to 10, neutralize effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks during combat. Example, if unit has a +5 bonus and foe has a -5 penalty, calculated total will be 10. Yes. Okay, so I did explain that correctly. Hooray. Yay me. And then we learn what the bonus and the penalty are, which I feel like we kind of already know. And then we have the effect, which looks interesting. At start of turn, if any foes are within 3 columns or 3 rows centered on unit, inflicts defense -7 on those foes through their next actions, and grants attack +6 to unit for 1 turn. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants attack speed +5 during combat, grants additional bonuses to unit's attack during combat equal to the current bonuses on unit's attack, and inflicts penalty on foe's defense during combat equal to the current penalty on foe's defense. Okay, so from what I'm gathering here, for the main weapon effect, right, for the main weapon, you just want a combination of self bonus and foe penalties. But down for the effect, you want a lot of attack bonuses for self and a lot of defense penalties for foe. That's what I've got. So I'm assuming that up here, to meet this, combination of 20 up here, you probably want to almost exclusively focus on attack buffs, or bonuses rather, and then enemy defense penalties. That's what I would say. So attack defense menace might be good for him, from what I'm gathering on that. Is that right? I think that might be the case. So there you go. That's something that might be beneficial for you. I don't know. I'm not a Claude guy, so I couldn't tell you. So this one I have a suspect that it won't maybe be that great. And it's not because of DC refines, okay? We have, especially for dragons, just to counter dragon. I think it all comes back to pack units. There's a handful of units that you could buy within a pack. So this was one of them. So I think the Orb Pack Havers, or Orb Pack Belongers Club, something along those lines. They usually don't get, which Altina is one of them, so that's a little upsetting. Anywho, Snow's Grace. We have neutralizes effective against dragon bonuses, grants speed +3, good. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than equal to 25%, grants an Omni buff of 5 to unit, and neutralizes unit's penalties during combat. If foe's range is equal to 2, calculates adaptive damage. Okay. Doesn't really seem that great to start. If foe initiates combat, or if foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at the start of combat, grants Omni buff of 4 to unit, neutralizes effects that guarantees foe's follow-up attack, and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30% during combat. Yeah, that doesn't do a whole lot, huh? I mean, we've got a little bit of damage reduction, which I guess is fine, right? That never hurts. Okay. Getting damage reduction in some fashion, especially for an armor, that's nice, I suppose. It looks like we're getting an Omni buff between the two of 9 conditions withholding. And we're negating effects that guarantees a foe's follow-up. So if we are faster, they just won't follow up. So, you can see my Sothis here. She's level 40 +1 plus speed. 48 speed without really any kind of investment. Still pretty good. I don't know if that is overall as good as it could be, let's say. Let's call it that. So yeah, that was not as hype as I think a lot of people are probably hoping that it will be. But again, the Orb Pack Curse is here to claim victims today, so I guess we'll just mosey on along then. We have Sirius, who got a Sable Lance buff, which not a lot to read. That's good. So far we're kind of half and half with the insane amount of length that these weapon descriptions have. So we got Accelerate Special Trigger. If unit initiates combat or is not adjacent to an ally, grants Omni buff 40 unit during Omni buff 40 unit and neutralizes effects that guarantees both follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks during combat. Okay. So either initiation or solo effect to get an Omni buff of 4. Decent. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than equal to 25%, grants attack speed, defense, res plus X. Omni buff of plus X. Unit during combat, where X equals the number of spaces from the start position to end position, whoever initiated combat times 2, plus 4, max of 10. So we got Clash. Basically, he got like an Omni Clash, is how I'm seeing this. And reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%. That is goated. Okay. Omni Clash. Yowza. That's kind of nuts, honestly. So simple. So simple. See how that works? I have nothing else to say. I think Sirius is probably winning the Refine War, at least for the standard pool. Well, not standard pool. The new and special heroes pool. Now we're getting into legendary and mythic territory. This is where things are maybe starting to get a little bit more nutty. So we have My Leaf here, who you can see is only +2. And not much has really changed from the base kit overall. Master Bow here is okay. Looks like we have some form in here. Effective against flying foes and inflicts speed -5. Unit attacks twice, regardless of phase. When under player's control, unit gains. If unit initiated combat, foe can make a follow-up attack, or foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Okay. If unit initiates combat, or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed, defense res +4 to unit during. Wait, hold on. Grants omnibuff of 4 to unit, deals damage equal to 10% of foe's attack, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat, and neutralizes effects that inflict a special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. Okay, so we are basically making sure that we get our Zeal special off with the cooldown protection. 10% of foe's attack is going to be dealt as damage when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat, including that. So, I guess your AoE specials will also work towards that. I mean, it's good, right? But it's also a dual phase brave weapon. So I don't know that I would expect an insane amount of like gimme room here. But overall, if you are a Leaf fan and you use Leaf a lot, maybe this is something that's good for you. I mean, it's all good things. It's all good things. Don't get me wrong. But I think maybe dealing the 10% of foe's attack as damage is kind of compensating for the low might in the bow, which, you know, again, it's a dual brave, so it's like, yeah, you know, the give and take here are pretty high. But overall, I would say it's still good. It's still decent. There's no like damage reduction or anything in there. I'm not particularly an expert when it comes to Leaf. So take that for what you will. I think it's decent. Don't know that I would use the Dew for the sake of using the Dew. And that's pretty much how I feel about it. Alright, now, what I am an expert in, bit of an expert myself, is Altina. Particularly Ragnall and Alendite. I am a Ragnall Alendite enthusiast, if you will. And I've been waiting for Altina's not only remix, but Weapon Refine too, because it would affect Winter Altina. Mythic Altina has been a unit that I've been trying to plus him for a while. I haven't done a lot with her. I gave her Defense Res Menace. So, you know, there's that. But let's see. They're basically going to be the same. Ooh, that's not a lot of text. That makes me nervous. Okay, so we have Distant Counter and dual Brave. Speed deficit of 5 because of that. Makes sense. Okay, before I read this, to preface, she has Distant Counter. She is dual phase Brave weapon. And she's been in packs. In no way am I assuming that this Weapon Refine is going to be good. Okay? I just want to preface that. Now, if I am disappointed, I am allowed to be disappointed. Okay? I just want that to be clear. I want everybody to be okay with that. Cool. Okay. Okay, effect time. If foe initiates combat, or if foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at the start of combat, grants attack res plus 5 to unit during combat, and special cooldown charge plus 1 to unit during to unit per attack. And neutralizes bonuses on foe's attack defense during combat. Okay. Yeah. So, not great, basically, is what that is. So, we do have twin blades. Its damage is boosted based on your res. So we're getting a small res bump with the effect. Okay, so I guess that's fine. Everything else... I mean, it's nice that there's neutralization on our attack and defense. I guess. I think for... Cause basically, with this charge now, you're going to be popping off a twin blades like a lot. Okay? Like dual brave, right? So we're hitting, and if we're getting a guaranteed follow-up, for example, quick repose seal, you'll be able to pop off 2 twin blades, I think. Maybe, depending on where your special is when it's charged. So I think having a neutralization for res, protecting the res, so that we can get twin blade buffs even more would be nice. But I guess neutralizing bonuses on foes defense also kind of, it accomplishes a similar task, I guess, in a roundabout way. This is copium. This isn't that great. I know it's not that great. Okay, I assumed that it would not be that great, and I am understanding that a lot. So we do have a Sheriff's Chosen for her A passive. I think I'm gonna build. I mean, I'll give them both, right? So we have attack, defense, hold on her now. I think I'm gonna stick with defense res menace. Personally, just my personal choice here, mainly because twin blades needs the res bump, so I think I'm probably going to stick with defense res menace for her for the time being. Plus I don't think we have any bonuses that we're inflicting on ourselves, are we? I see during combat. So I don't think so, and I think our weapon buff was also during combat, correct? During combat, yeah. So, defense res menace, I think I'm going to stick with that on Mythic Altina, honestly. It's a way to get bonuses, which is nice. And everything else is just a combat buff that she got from the upgrade. Overall, it wasn't that hopeful. There was a lot working against her, just so much. But I'm going to continue to use Altina. I use her both in Astra and Light Seasons, as you can see. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and that will be very cool. Maybe I'll tweak a little bit on stream in the near future. So hop on by for that. Hopefully I get my audio issue figured out, because that's not great. We don't love that. But anyway, that's it. Let me know who you think got the best or fine. I think I'm leaning probably closer to like Sirius or Claude, if I'm being honest with you. Death Knights for, a Grail was pretty good too. But anybody else that you have to pull for. Ooh, anywho, maybe we'll even get some Altina copies. That'd be great. It's a red 2023, let me tell you. Anywho, that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Ring bell, notifications, all that jazz, Susan. I did it. Anywho, that's it. Thanks again, and until then, I will catch you next time.